This is definitely one of the most popular questions I get asked, and it is probably because it involves a lot of commitment, and that is, Paola, what are your favorite color recommendations from X brand? And so I thought this would make an excellent topic to put into the record of this Japanese gel series, and I'm going to be throwing it 5 of my favorite must-buy color recommendations, not just from one brand, but from 3 that I'm very familiar with. Leaf Gel, Cocoa Is, and Vetro. Let's get started. Hey there, I am Paola of PaolaPonceNails.com, and I help current and aspiring nail stylists become thriving solopreneurs by mastering all of their gel nail services using soft gel only. If this sounds like a niche you'd like to consider exploring, then please consider subscribing. So just to recap, if you're staying up to date with this series, in episode 1 we talked about what Japanese gel is. It is high quality, very versatile, soft gel that can be used for any and all of your services. And it is made in Japan, of course. We can also generally call it soft potted gel systems instead of just Japanese gel. And in other descriptive words, we can also use soft gel soakable formulas and pods. But soft potted gel systems is obviously a little bit shorter, and I usually do prefer this term or terms, as I can also include biosculpture into the mix, as they were definitely the inventors of this type of gel system, so we cannot exclude them. But believe me, about 5 years ago when I started with these types of gels, if you said, oh, I used soft gel, then people would say, oh, like gel polish, got it, OPI, gelish, what do you use? And I'd have to be like, no, like the stuff, it's in these jars, and you probably get the, oh, hard gel, and you're like, no, it's like biosculpture, and they're like, well, bio who? Oh, and I'm like, it's Japanese gel, and then they're like, oh yes, I know what you're talking about, yeah. Or I also would get, okay, tell me more, what do you mean? Both of the responses that I get it, or the tell me more, were winning responses, because then I can always talk a little bit more about it. So in a way, Japanese gel and soft potted gel are synonymous of one another, but they are not. All right, now let's get to the 5 must-have colors from each brand. And my top 5 picks are really going to be real client eye catchers. I'm talking like I hand clients the swatch and within seconds they're like, this one. So really good picks. You won't have to worry about these little pots sitting in your drawers, useless. Now, of course, black and white are must-haves, so I'm not going to include these as part of your must-haves in this video. Obviously, choose your preferred brands of black and white. I've tried them all from these 3 brands, and all will provide 1 coat, full coverage, or will be excellent for line work. And one last thing, just super curious, because I was also debating this with a bestie of mine. When you choose your colors, do you go by gel color names or gel color numbers? I didn't even think this was a topic of conversation until we popped this question in a chat and saw like a 50-50 split among students. Then I really gave some thought, and I was like, shoot, I guess I go my more gel number. So I'm still curious. Let me know in the comment section, what do you prefer, number or name? From Vetro, the first color that comes to mind is number 199, Girl. This is literally the name, Girl. It is a red orange, and spoiler alert, all of my recommendations will have a version of this, but this one literally was the first one that popped into my head when I thought Vetro. And actually, it's even the one featured on the Canadian side, so we might be onto something as far as favorites are concerned. On a little side note, I and a few students do prefer the Canadian side, even though we're in the US, because all that is in this side is Vetro. You don't have to go fishing for Vetro in a pool of thousands of other non-related nail items. They currently do ship to the US from the US. Okay, back to number 199. So this red orange is not as vibrant as the ones I'll recommend from Cocoa Is, but if you're narrowing down your brands to Vetro or Vetro and something else, this is definitely a guaranteed pick for my clients. Favorite number 2 is Studio number 284. It's literally just called that, Studio number 284. It is literally the perfect sheer creamy beige. One of my besties in the industry also would literally say 284 everything, Paola. and that was like her way of saying it's like the hot sauce or ketchup of nails, or whatever you're into. Okay, just put it on there. You can most certainly wear it on its own. Make it the background of your French or your gradation, or even overlay a super thin layer over your art. Remember, it is sheer, so over things like decals and flakes, it will be super gorgeous, but just very light feather touch here. Also, if you're thinking of creating a blonde tortoise design, this right here is the secret sauce. Favorite number 3, number 260 Jewel Topaz. Yes, you can probably draw a perfect type topaz nail piece with this one, but this one along with our next color is what you need for that Vetro tortoise nail art recipe. Favorite number 4, I know I already, gave you the spoiler alert on this one. Number 261 Jewel Umber. And because for tortoise nails you need 2 to tango, cannot leave without its dancing partner, this number 261. Oh yeah, dab this one on after a cure layer of Jewel Topaz and you're that much closer to your tortoise piece. Favorite number 5, number 306. Guys and gals, if you seriously want to turn heads upon instant nail contact, do yourself a favor and grab that electric pink. It's so electric indeed. From Coco's you'll need, notice now I'm switching to the word need. How did that happen? Favorite number 1. Okay, seriously, I've tried reds from all of these lovely brands, and for that classic red, and I mean classic, okay? Think of your classic red car, classic red anything, your Louboutins, classic, okay? Number 03 Rouge Red takes the cake, y'all. It's not orangey red. We'll get into that in a moment. When students submit their certification work to me for Coco's, this red is it. It is vibrant, it is red with the slightest of warmth to it, making it, in my opinion, the universal red to own. Favorite number 2, for a less traditional but absolutely gorgeous red orange look no further than number 69 Summer Red. But wait, not even kidding. If you want to stir up some serious nail envy, opt in for the bottled version. Number 9, it is literally called My Favorite Red. It is just a notch more vivid and it's super beautiful. I've been wearing this color since like 2015 and I used to use the Evil by Biosculpture in Angelina. It's gorgeous. People will always ask you, what is that? Favorite number 3, 173 Peanut Butter Toffee, or like the cool kids would say, PBT. The perfect warm sheer nude, literally your backdrop to anything. We use it in our Cocoa certification training and we've done demo after demo after demo with it. So fun and easy. Favorite number 4, Strawberry Latte, which is a pastel pale pink, but not too pale and a lot of white in it. Clients may love to see you struggle through the streaks though. Just apply it into thin coats and 5 fingers at a time and it will self-level just fine. Don't let it intimidate you. It's the white in it that causes those streaks, but it will self-level. And if you want a year-round super fun option for clients, look no further than number 51 Gold Micro Glitter. This champagne glitter is a hit. So much so, I actually hid it, yes, as in hide it, from clients, especially around the holidays. Like every other client will choose it and you'll need to replace it often. And it'll cause your other colors just to sit on the sidelines or not be able to upsell in nail art. Now into leaf gel. Here they are. Favorite number 1, KO8. Oh yes. Remember earlier how I sort of drool talked you into Vetro's 284, that creamy translucent light beige? Well, KO8 for me is like the white version of that. Creamy white and a good backdrop to many designs. It will increase opacity in your designs also. Favorite number 2. Okay, if you want that red orange, number 008 is Leaf Gel's version. I really like it and it is a client favorite, of course. Favorite number 3, number 601, must have this one. This is not your pale pink with white. This is your soft, warm, pale pink with an ivory white undertone. This one and KO8 are probably the 2 Leaf Gel colors. I can almost see the bottom of my pot too. Favorite number 4. Okay, call me boring, but I think that if you are trying to increase opacity, meaning more full coverage in your designs, then you definitely need number 005. It is not a stark white. It has just enough ivory tone to make it more wearable, even just as a one color manicure. But again, I also use it as a base color for many of my designs. So if you sometimes feel like maybe white is a little too bluey or too stark, then you can use this ivory white. It's just the slightest hint of warmth, slightest. Favorite number 5, number 69. Who doesn't love the perfect peachy color? If you want a little white to your peachy color, this one here has enough. Guaranteed to be customer favorite, especially in the upcoming summer season. Yay, we've made it. Okay, so now I actually created a free resource for you, including 5 additional colors from each brand for you to download. So this means that in this free guide, I have a total of 10 must-have faves for each one of the brands I mentioned in this video, 5 of which you already learned through this video, and the rest are in a downloadable guide using the link in the description. I wanted to keep this video short and sweet in case perhaps you were considering buying your items soon and are budgeted to only something like 5 colors. And I did realize I'm missing a little bit of dark tones, and again, I'll throw those in the free downloadable guide. I did not want to leave without saying that when working with potted gel, you obviously will need brushes. My recommendation, and this is pretty popular, is to have 3 brushes for these 3 color scenarios. One for light colors, one for dark colors, one for glitters. Must use a different one for glitters. And a nice firm liner for your detail and line work. I like Leaf Gel's Liner L or the award-winning Nail Dots Detailer Liner Brush, again in collaboration with Cocoas. For your colors, for 5+ years, I've used Vetro's oval brush for my color application, and I really like it. It doesn't absorb a lot of colors, so you don't feel like you're painting with a mop, you know? My second favorite would be the Vetro Max or the Cocoas round brush if working on longer nails. And as I mentioned in my previous video, I do find myself to work so much comfortably with a rounded edge to my brush rather than a flat one. Well, y'all, thank you so much for joining me in this episode number 3 of this current Japanese gel series. If you missed previous episodes, make sure to check out the playlist on this series. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next week for episode number 4, all about curing units and Japanese gel. Bye for now.